Tonight, you'll hear three true night shift horror stories that will make you think twice about staying late alone. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and let's begin. I swear I locked that freezer door myself, but now it was wide open, and someone was inside. I used to work the night shift at a small 24-hour convenience store in the outskirts of town. It wasn't a busy place after midnight, usually just truckers or the occasional drunk coming in. But one night, something felt off from the moment I clocked in. Around 2 a.m., I was stocking shelves when I heard a loud metallic clank from the back, the walk in freezer. I walked over, annoyed, thinking maybe one of the metal racks had shifted. I opened the door, checked inside, nothing seemed out of place. I closed the heavy door and, as always, locked it. You had to turn a large wheel to seal it shut. I clearly remember doing it, but not even 10 minutes later, I heard it again. Clank. Now I was on edge. I went back. The freezer door was wide open. Inside, I saw faint condensation on the floor, as if someone had just stepped out. I stood frozen. There were no other employees in the building. I called out, "Hello, is anyone there?" No answer. I checked every inch of that freezer. Nothing. I locked the door again. This time I triple checked it. Then I went to the front counter to review the CCTV cameras. I fast forwarded the footage of the past 20 minutes, and that's when I saw it. At exactly 2:08 a.m., the freezer door slowly opened on its own. But what chilled me to my core was the shadow that emerged. A tall, thin figure, completely dark. No face, no details, just a silhouette. It walked out of frame, but no one ever walked back toward the freezer. I locked the store and waited till sunrise in my car. I never worked another night shift there again. And sometimes, I still wonder if that thing is still inside the store, waiting for the next person alone on the night shift. At 3:17 a.m., a man I'd never seen before whispered my name through the intercom. A few years ago, I worked as a night security guard at an office complex. Mostly empty buildings after 9 p.m. It was an easy gig. Monitor the cameras, walk the floors every hour. One night, around 3 a.m., I was sitting at the desk when the lobby intercom buzzed. It was odd. No one should be there, but I answered anyway. "Hello?" Static. Then, a low voice. "Ethan." That's my name. I felt my blood run cold. I asked, "Who is this?" No reply. I quickly checked the front cameras, and there he was, a man standing just outside the front door. He was staring directly at the camera. Middle-aged, pale skin, thin grey hair. I'd never seen him before. I switched on the speaker again. "You need to leave. This is private property." He smiled, a thin, slow grin. And he spoke again, this time louder. "Ethan, come, open the door." I wasn't about to do that. I called the police. While waiting, I checked the other cameras, and that's when I noticed something disturbing. He was on multiple cameras at once. One frame showed him at the front door. Another somehow showed him standing in the basement level, where no one should be able to access without a key card. And then he disappeared. No footage of him leaving. No doors opened. When the police arrived minutes later, they found no trace of him. Not outside, not inside. He was just gone. I quit that job the next day. But sometimes at night, when my phone buzzes, I still half expect to hear that same voice whisper, "Ethan." We all knew that floor had been abandoned for years, So why were there footsteps echoing through it? I used to be a nurse working the night shift at an old hospital. One of the wings, the entire sixth floor, had been closed for renovations. No power, no patients, no staff. But on certain nights, strange things would happen. One night, around 4 a.m., I was restocking supplies when I heard the intercom crackle. Code blue, sixth floor. I froze. That floor had no equipment connected. No emergency codes could be triggered from there. Thinking it was a glitch, I went to the security desk. But as I walked past the stairwell, I heard it. Footsteps. Coming from the sixth floor. Slow, heavy, deliberate. I called out to the security guard. Together we took the elevator up. When the doors opened, the entire floor was pitch black, cold. We stepped out, flashlights in hand, and then, from down the hall, a figure appeared. It was a woman in a faded hospital gown, barefoot, head down. We called out to her, no response. As we moved closer, she turned the corner, but when we reached the spot, no one was there, just an icy cold draft. We checked every room, empty, no signs of anyone. We later reviewed the security footage, and that's when we saw it. Around 4:02 a.m., a patient wristband scanner had activated on the sixth floor. It registered a name, Anna Mayfield. The problem? Anna Mayfield had died in that hospital, on that very floor, in 1973. We never spoke of it again, but to this day, sometimes during the night shift, you can still hear those same slow footsteps echo through the empty floor. And when you do, you'd better pray they don't stop right behind you. And remember, these are just a few of the stories that happen in the dead of night. There are many more waiting to be told. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe and check out the next video if you dare.